Kenneth Gene Caminiti was an American professional baseball third baseman whose career spanned 15 seasons in Major League Baseball with the Houston Astros, San Diego Padres, Texas Rangers, and Atlanta Braves. Caminiti was named the National League Most Valuable Player, NL MVP, with San Diego in 1996. He was a three-time MLB All-Star. Caminiti is a member of the Houston Astros Hall of Fame and the San Diego Padres Hall of Fame. He died of cocaine and heroin drug overdose on October 10, 2004. Caminiti was born in Hanford, California on April 21, 1963, to Yvonne and Lee Caminiti, who had another son, Glenn, and a daughter, Carrie. He started in football and baseball at Leigh High School in San Jose, California, where he graduated in 1981. In football, he was invited to many All-Star games after his senior football season. He attended San Jose State University, where he played baseball for the Spartans in 1983 and 1984. The Houston Astros selected Caminiti in the third round of the 1984 MLB draft. Caminiti was called up and made his major league debut at age 24 with the Houston Astros on July 16, 1987. In his debut, he went 2 for 3 with a home run, a triple, and scored the game-winning run. After the 1994 season, Caminiti was traded by the Astros, in part to cut payroll and get younger, to the San Diego Padres in a 12-player trade, the biggest trade in terms of numbers of players moved since 1957. In 1996, Caminiti again set new career highs, batting .326 with 40 home runs and 130 RBIs, which still today remains the Padres' single-season RBI record. He carried the Padres that year despite tons of injuries, such as abdominal strain, a bicep tendon tear, shoulder and elbow injuries, and pain in his back, hamstring, and groin. One highlight of that season was on August 18th against the Mets in Monterrey, Mexico, which saw him play with dehydration and diarrhea. With liters of fluid received alongside a Snickers bar, Caminiti hit 2 home runs in the victory over the Mets. In spite of Caminiti's 3 home runs, the Padres were swept by the St. Louis Cardinals in 3 games in the NLDS. Despite playing most of 1996 with a torn rotator cuff, his performance earned him his second All-Star game appearance, and he became the 5th player to be unanimously voted the National League Most Valuable Player. He dropped off slightly in 1997, but remained productive, batting .290 with 26 home runs and 90 RBIs, and was voted the National League starting third baseman for the All-Star game. Injuries took their toll, and Caminiti's batting average fell to .252 in 1998. Though he maintained his power numbers, this season saw Caminiti make the World Series for the only time in his career, where the Padres were swept by the juggernaut New York Yankees team that had won the AL record 114 regular season games. After the 1998 season, the San Diego Padres did not attempt to re-sign Caminiti in a cost-saving move. Caminiti returned to Houston on a $9.5 million contract with an option for a third year at $5.5 million. Before the 2001 season, Caminiti signed a $3.25 million contract with the Texas Rangers, where he hit .232 over the first 3 months of the season. He requested a release from the Rangers, which was granted on July 2nd. 3 days later, he signed with the Atlanta Braves, who moved him across the infield due to his presence of Chipper Jones, and attempted to use Caminiti as a power-hitting first baseman. Following his playing career in baseball, Caminiti was hired by the Padres to be a spring training instructor for his former team. Caminiti struggled with substance abuse throughout his career, as he had started drinking alcohol in middle school and smoked marijuana in high school. He started using cocaine later on, but his main vice by 1990 was crack cocaine. He admitted in 1994 to having a problem with alcoholism and checked himself into a rehabilitation center in 2000. In a Sports Illustrated cover story in 2002, a year after his retirement, Caminiti admitted that he had used steroids during his 1996 MVP season for several seasons. Caminiti also had a long struggle with cocaine, having been arrested in March 2001 for possession and sentenced to probation. In February 2003, Caminiti tested positive for cocaine while already on probation for cocaine possession and was ordered to visit a Texas Department of Criminal Justice operated treatment program. On October 5, 2004, just 5 days prior to his death, he admitted in a Houston courtroom that he had violated his probation. He tested positive for cocaine in September 2004. It was his fourth such violation, and he was sentenced to 180 days in jail, but given credit for time served and released. In the early afternoon of October 10, 2004, Caminiti was in the apartment of a friend in Bronx, New York. After being in the bathroom to have a speedball of cocaine and heroin, Caminiti came out and collapsed on the floor. At 3:36 p.m., a 911 call was made while Caminiti was going into cardiac arrest. Caminiti died at Lincoln Hospital in the Bronx at 6:45 p.m. Preliminary news reports indicated Caminiti died of a heart attack, but the autopsy results stated an acute intoxication due to combined effects of cocaine and opioids caused his death. After final funeral services were held in Solana Beach, California, a San Diego suburb, which were attended by many Padre players, past and present, Caminiti's remains were transported to Cambo Ranch in Subliminal, Texas, which Caminiti co-owned with former teammate Craig Biggio. Media coverage of Caminiti's death was almost completely overshadowed by that of Christopher Reeve, who also died in New York on the same day. Caminiti won 3 Gold Glove Awards while playing for the San Diego Padres in 1995, 1996, and 1997. He was unanimously selected as the National League MVP in 1996. In 1994, 96, and 97, he appeared in the All-Star game. Caminiti is the Padres' all-time leader in slugging percentage. In 2016, Caminiti was inducted into the San Diego Padres Hall of Fame. He was also inducted into the Astros Hall of Fame in August 2024. Caminiti was married to Nancy Smith from November 14, 1987 to December 10, 2002. They had 3 daughters, Kendall, Lindsay, and Nicole.